Good afternoon, students. Welcome back to RV online classes. Today I'm handling your fourth standard social studies and your 10th chapter, that is forest and wildlife of India. So in the previous session we have discussed about soils of India, the types of soil and the contents of soil, and where you can find those kind of soil also, and what are the crops can be grown in that kind of soil, and it is a renewable resource. Even the renewable resource, we should conserve it, and we should consume it in a very good manner, then only it will be useful of us. That everything we have learned in your previous session, and that is your previous chapter. So today we are going to learn your 10th chapter, that is forest and wildlife of India. So there are some of the keywords mentioned in this chapter. So let us write down those keywords. Keywords. First one, pulp, wood that has been wood that has been crushed into wood that has been crushed into a soft substance, a soft substance. Yes. Then the second one, fern, Fern, that is fern, a plant. Fern means a plant with large leaves, with large leaves and no flowers, and no flowers, that grows in wet areas, that grows in wet areas. Yes. Then the third one, poaching, Poaching, poaching. Poaching in the sense illegal hunting, illegal hunting and killing of animals, killing of animals. Yes. So these are some of the keywords that are mentioned in this chapter. First one is pulp. Pulp in the sense wood that has been crushed into a soft substance. So here when we, for example, if we take a fruit, so there will be soft inner matter will be there inside the fruit, no? So that is called as, so if we crush that soft inner matter, there will be liquid forming after that. Before making the juice, we'll get a thick matter of the fruit, no? So that is called pulp. So when this wood has been crushed and it has taken that shape of that soft substance, so that forms as a pulp. So the hard wood has been crushed to become the soft substance, that is called as pulp. Then comes fern. Fern means it is a plant which is having a larger leaves, but it doesn't have any flowers, but that grows in wet areas. These kind of ferns, they grow in the wet or a moisture areas, but they doesn't have any flowers in them, but only there will be big leaves will be present in that kind of small plants. And then the third one, poaching in a sense, illegal hunting and killing animals. So we should not kill any animals because that is illegal according to the Indian government or according to the law. So killing the animals is harmful. No, we should not kill them. So some of the people, what do? Without the permission of government, they kill those animals. So hunt those animals, that is illegal. Though this process without informing or with the without the notice of the government, they are doing this hunting or killing of the wild animals that should be considered as poaching. Yes, let us begin here. Chapter number 10, Forest and Wildlife. So this take-off column as always. Forests are dash natural resources. The first one is forests are dash natural resources, whether they are renewable or non-renewable. So we have discussed in your previous chapters. Yes, forest is a renewable resource. And then is the national tree of India. I hope you'll answer for this. Which one is the national tree of India? They're asking. Banyan tree is the national tree of our India. Then comes, there is a one column. See here, there is a picture here. That is a picture of a tiger. So why are laws being made to prevent killing of tigers? There is a question which is that why there is a law that we should not kill the tigers? Why the law has been made that the tiger should not be killed? So you should answer for this question. You can get this answer with the help of your parents. You can ask them and you can go and search in the internet for the answer. So forest is a large area covered by trees, which is home to many wild animals. Forests are an important source of renewable resources. Yes, friends, I told you while explaining your renewable and non-renewable resource, the importance of the forest we have explained in that chapter only. So again we have started to discuss in this chapter. The lesson is about the forest and wildlife living inside of those forests nowadays. So when we observe, there will be less forest is there because people are cutting down those forests and they are making into fine land and they are building the so many bigger and the larger buildings there. So by result of this, there is a deforestation. So this deforestation has been formed because we are cutting down those trees. We should not do them. We should conserve them because forest is a good and a rich source of plants and trees. It gives so much things to us. So a forest means it is a large area which is consisting of plants and it is also having the bigger trees. It is a home for wild animals. How we have our house, no? So like that only, forest is a house for those wild animals. So and it is also a renewable resource. So plants like carbon dioxide and plants take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen, which is essential for the survival of all the living things. So trees prevent soil erosion. So just now I told you it is a rich sources of trees as well as a plant. There will be in the forest. So how do they help us? These plants and trees, they intake carbon dioxide. They intake the carbon dioxide gas and they release a oxygen. This oxygen is a essential air that is needed to all the living things. We need oxygen to breathe in and breathe out. So that is a most essential thing for the all the living creature who are living on this planet Earth. So we are getting those oxygen with the help of these trees only. So hence we should grow the trees unlimitedly. That is good for ourselves only. Then there is a forest means what happens in that place there will be no soil erosion. The soil doesn't get to wash it away with the help of the flood or it may be a heavy rainfall. When there will be heavy rainfall or the flood, the soil doesn't get flown away or washed away with those water. If there is a forest means, if there is no forest means what happens? The minerals or the good things which are present in those kind of soil, they get washed away and there will be non-fertile land. If there are trees, if there is a forest means these trees they hold the soil tightly, hence there will be no non-fertile land, it will be fertile land only. This tree helps to hold the soil together and it also prevents the soil erosion. Then forest provides us food, shelter to the wild animals. It provides us a food and it provides shelter to the wild animals. Even it provides a shelter to us only, us also. How? So how means it gives so many things that are needed to our house. The wood we are getting from the forest only, no? We get so many things made with those wood. It may be furniture and it may be your house door, that everything has been made with the wood only, no? So that's why forest is a very necessary thing to live on this planet earth. We should stop cutting those trees and we should stop making deforestation. Then trees gives us so many products like gum, wood, medicines, fuel, furniture, paper and clothing. So many things can be made with the trees. So it gives us gum, the gum which we use. So we get the gum, and as we all know that we get wood from the forest, and we get medicines. So many trees are there which are helpful for making the medicines which cure us from the sickness. Then fuel. So that the wood can be burned and can be made as a fuel, no? Yes. It also helps us making in furniture, just now I mentioned you. And then it is also useful for making the major thing. What is that? The book we are reading. It is made with the help of the tree only, no? The papers what we are using in our day-to-day life, they are made with the help of those trees only. Hence, we should use those papers very wisely because thousands of trees are daily cutting down to make these papers. Then comes clothing. Some of the clothes also can be made with the help of these trees. Then there are so many types of forest present in India. Those are mainly divided into five types. There are five types of forest present in India. There are five types of forest in India. The first one, that is tropical evergreen forest. First one is tropical evergreen forest. Then the second one, tropical deciduous forest. Second one is tropical deciduous forest. Then the third one, mountain forest. Mountain forest. Mountain forest. Then the fourth one, thorn forest. Thorn forest. Then last one and the fifth one, that is tidal forest. Tidal forests. Yes. So these are the five kinds of forests we can see here in our country. In our India, it has divided into five major divisions. The first one is tropical and evergreen forests. Then comes tropical deciduous forests. Then mountain forests. Then thorn forest. Then the last one is tidal forests. These are the types of the forests. The first one we are going to discuss, that is tropical evergreen forest. First one is tropical evergreen forests. So the name itself tell that these forests are always green in color. Hence there is a name evergreen. That is because the trees which are present in this evergreen forest, they shed their leaves in a different times. Hence there will be always green leaves present here in this evergreen forest. Hence the name has been came to it, that is evergreen. These forests have trees that shed their leaves at the different times of year and hence appear to be green throughout the year. So trees in this forest grow very tall and have a thick kind of woody bark. So see here in this forest you can observe that there will be larger and bigger trees which are having the thicker bark as well as the thick and woody bark. So there will be larger trees with the thick and woody bark will be present here. So they shed their leaves different times in a year. Hence there will be green. It appears to be green throughout the year. Hence the name has become evergreen forest. The trees grow very close to the each other and the leaves at the top of the roof-like structure is called canopy. So here in this evergreen forest, what happens? The trees are grown very close to each other. So see here, if it is a forest means what happens? The trees are so close to each other. There is no far difference between them. They are close to each other and there is a umbrella or a roof-like structure on them. Umbrella. So for example, so when we tell you to draw the tree means you'll draw like this, no? Yes. Usually you draw like this. If you draw like this means what happens? There will be chambers. You might think like that. So like this only the trees which are present here in evergreen forest, they are in a canopy shape. So they are canopy shaped like this. What happens if it is shaped like this means there will be less sunlight will be reaching to the roots of the those trees because those bushes are covered by these all the canopy like structure has been covered through the forest, no, and there will be less light will be coming inside of the forest, but there will be heavy rainfall in this evergreen forest because there are so many trees are present and then it is happens, then there will be thicker the roots, then good for the environment, and there will be fair amount and a good amount of rainfall will be present in these kind of forest areas. So mostly it rains heavily in these years. Canopies do not allow the light much to pass to them. So evergreen forests grow well in moist and wet places and are found mainly in northeastern hills. So these evergreen kind of forest can be seen near only moisture and wet content area only. Near the water sources only these kind of evergreen forest can be grown. So you can observe there only these kind of forest, and these are mainly found in northeastern India, northeastern hills of India, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and the hill slopes of Western Ghats. Some of the common trees which can be grown here, those are mahogany, ebony, and rosewood. So where you can see this evergreen forest, there is a picture of an evergreen forest which has given in your page number 70, which is near page number 70. You can see the picture of evergreen forest. So they mention here that they can be grown only near the moist and wet areas. So the larger moist and wet areas, where you can find them? Near the sea only or near the island only. So near Andaman and Nicobar Island, you can see these kind of evergreen forest. So the commonly grown trees in this kind of forest are mahogany, ebony, as well as rosewood. These are the well-known trees or commonly grown trees in this tropical evergreen forest. The next one is tropical deciduous forest. Next one is tropical deciduous forest. Yes, in your page number 17, there is also a map. You can see that map which is telling about the natural vegetation of India. So each and every forest, the different kind of sub-forest are mentioned here with the different colors as usual. So there are so many colors and so many types of forest are there. Subtropical forest, tropical wet evergreen, tropical dry evergreen, tropical moist deciduous, and tropical dry deciduous, and tropical thorny, alpine and subalpine forest, then the desert, Himalayan dry deciduous forest, Himalayan moist deciduous forest, mangrove or a coastal forest, submountain vegetation. So if you want to see this map, if you want to understand this map means you have to go through this that subdivisions which are mentioned here with the different colors. When you go through those colors, you'll get to know what kind of forest present in which areas of that state you can easily understand. The second forest we are going to discuss, that is tropical deciduous forest. The previous one we have discussed, that is evergreen forest. I hope you understood about that. The second one is tropical deciduous forest. So the trees in these forests shed their leaves once in a year in the same season. These forests grow in areas that receive moderate rainfall. So see here what happens. These tropical deciduous forests, so the trees which are present in this forest, they shed their leaves once in a year at the same season. So whereas in the evergreen forest, what happens? They will be shedding their trees in a different seasons and different times. Here all the trees are shedding their leaves only one season and at a time. At that time, when you visit to that tropical deciduous season, the tropical deciduous forest during that season, when they shed the leaves, you can find the trees without leaves because they are shedding and the new leaves will be growing after that season. So hence it, so here you can observe the moderate kind of rainfall. Moderate in the sense there will be no much rainfall and there will be no less rainfall. There will be moderate kind of rainfall followed here in this tropical deciduous forest. So in India, tropical deciduous forests are mainly found in foothills of Himalayas, in the states of Uttarakhand and in the Uttar Pradesh. So just below the Himalayas, near the foothills of these Himalayas, you can observe this tropical deciduous forest, mostly in Uttarakhand and the Uttar Pradesh. You can observe these tropical deciduous forest. So they are mainly, as usual, I told you, they mainly found near the Himalayas. They are the next to the Himalayas. So such forests are found in the states like, so not only in Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh, you can also find these kind of forest in Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Odisha. The states where you can find these kind of forests are Maharashtra, Karnataka, then comes Madhya Pradesh, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Odisha. So these are states where you can observe tropical deciduous forest. It included both south as well as north states of the India. Then sal, teak, sandalwood, mahova, shisham, bamboo, and seemal are some of the commonly grown trees here in this tropical deciduous forest. The names are very different. I hope you haven't heard before. Sal, teak, teak is a common. Then the sandalwood. I hope you all are familiar with this sandalwood. Mahova, shisham, bamboo, and seemal. These are the commonly grown trees here in this tropical deciduous forest. If you want to know that how these tree may look like, you can go through the internet and you can search with these names and you get the appearance of these trees and you will get to know what these trees, how do they look like and what are the use of those kind of trees in the tropical deciduous forest. So these forests are home for many animals. So usually in this tropical deciduous forest, you can get to see the animals like deer, monkeys, birds like parrots. So these kind of some of the animals and also some of the birds you can observe here. And tropical deciduous forest form the largest forest cover in India. So this tropical deciduous forest they cover almost the larger areas of India. So these forests are called as lung of India. So they are lung of the India, not only lung of India, these are also called lung of the earth because these lungs are very much necessary to us. No, without lungs, can we breathe? Can we live? Like that only, we can't live without the forest. Hence, forests are named as lung of the earth because they provide us a clean and fresh air. What kind of air they do they provide to us? Yes, they provide the clean and fresh air, hence it is named as lung of the earth. Forests are the lung of the earth. So then comes mountain forest. Next one is mountain forest. So the name itself tells that it is a forest where you can observe in the mountain areas. These have coniferous trees. Almost here in this hilly areas or mountain areas, you can observe these kind of forest. They'll be having coniferous trees such as pine, fir, spruce, and deodar. So these conifers, in the sense, they are in a cone shape. So see here, the trees will be like this. The trees will be like this shape. They will be sharp at the edge. These kind of trees are called coniferous trees. So in this mountain forest, you can observe these coniferous trees. The common trees which can be grown here, those are pine, fir, spruce, and deodar. These are the commonly grown trees here in this mountain forest. So coniferous are trees and the shrubs can be grown in the cooler areas of the world. These are the kind of the trees. These coniferous are the kind of trees can be grown in cooler areas of India. Only in the cold climate these kind of coniferous trees can be grown. If there is a mountain means there will be cold climate only. So how the altitude keep on increasing, then the temperature keeps on decreasing. Hence there will be cold temperature present here in this mountain areas. When there is a cold temperature, these kind of trees can be easily grown there. So they have fruits called cones. So coniferous trees. So here in this picture, your page number 71, you can observe here there is a picture of mountain forest and the coniferous trees. So these coniferous trees, they bear a fruit called cones. The tree is in the shape of the cone only. Again, the fruits are called as cone. Then, and a very thin leaves and can called as needles, which they do not normally lose in winter. The leaves of these coniferous trees are called as needles because they are sharp point edged leaves, hence they are called as needles, and they are having fruits called cones, and usually these leaves cannot be shedded in this winter season. Even in the winter season you can observe the green leaves in this coniferous trees. So coniferous forests are mainly found in the higher parts of Himalayan mountains. So paper is made up of the pulp of these coniferous trees. Here So these coniferous trees can be observed in the hilly areas or mountain areas of India. So with the help of these coniferous trees only, the paper has been made. The wood which has extracted from this coniferous tree can be converted into the pulp, and then that pulp will be formed as paper. By using these coniferous trees only, the paper has been made. Understood about the three types of forest we have discussed today. The first one is tropical evergreen forest, then the second one is tropical deciduous forest, and the third one is mountain forest. So in our next classes, another two types of forest we are going to discuss, and some of the common trees can be found there, and what are the uses of those kind of trees we are going to discuss in your next class. Thank you, students. I hope you understood this class. We'll continue with the next one.